Welcome to the 2000s. My series of video essays talking about awesome movies has already discussed the 90s. My next assignment, 2000 to 2010.
What's your name?
My name is Kentucker, and this is Memento,
What?
a badass thriller directed by David Fincher. What makes it so badass? Well, that's because it goes backwards, not frontwards like real life. Genius. See all these things going backwards? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Totally backwards. But it only just doesn't go backwards. It also stars a guy who can remember absolutely jack squat about his life. Nothing. Because of damage to his head based on the movie's plot. The plot? Well, unfortunately, his wife gets killed really badly. We all know what it's like to be sad inside. When you're a kid, it's because you didn't get a popsicle. In this movie, it's because his wife fully dies. So it's really important that he gets vengeance, killing the bad guy. But you may remember, he can't remember. So he's got to get a bunch of tattoos on his body just so that he can remember basic facts about who he needs to kill. As he gets closer to the mirror, you can tell on his tight movie star body what's so important to remember. Looks like he has to go kill somebody named John G. But before he can start the killing, he's going to need help from some other people, like this girl, who you might remember from some other movies.
So you have information for me?
Is that what your little note says?
Yeah.
Must be tough living your life according to a couple of scraps of paper. You mix your laundry list with your grocery list and you'll end up eating your underwear for breakfast.
We could debate all night whether or not he's at serious risk of eating his underwear for breakfast, but one thing is clear. He does notice something on his hand. What the hell does this mean, he thinks?
Remember Sammy Jenkins?
Sammy Jenkins? It's really confusing to explain, so don't worry about it too much.
Time for my shower.
But there's this other guy in the movie who can't remember shit either. They talk about him the whole time. Trust me about that.
Just pick up any three objects.
Here he is now.
That's a test?
Sammy Jenkins.
Hey, where were you guys when I did my CPA?
There's something weird about him, but I can't tell you what.
Oh. What the fuck? It's a test, Sam. We'll test this, you fucking quack.
But he's not the only one getting shocked or pinched.
Ouch. Cut it out.
Here's an important scene too. And it's the only flashback of his dead wife. He's thinking about this book here because here she is reading it. Something she really enjoys doing, loves to read.
Can you read that again?
It's good.
Yeah, but you've read it like 1,000 times.
I enjoy it.
One time reading it should be enough, he thinks.
I always thought the pleasure of a book was in wanting to know what happens next.
But don't be a prick. I'm not reading it to annoy you. I enjoy it.
A great twist. Pierce actually loathes his wife and her habits.
My wife used to call me Lenny.
Great screenwriting by Fincher.
Yeah, I hated it.
He seemingly hates everything about her.
Who the fuck are you? Teddy? Your buddy?
After a while, you start to wish he could remember some of this.
Gee.
It would make it a lot easier for everyone. Let's look at one final example of what can happen to somebody if you can't remember simple things. Watch as he clearly sees her spit.
Thank you.
And yet, not 5 minutes later does he completely forget the spit and deem this mug safe to drink.
What's the last thing that you do remember?
My wife.
That's sweet.
Dying.
And finally, I'll take one extra special glance at this scene. Carrie Ann Moss takes pretty good advantage of Guy here, and she kind of makes it seem like she's his new girlfriend. But basically, we can't trust her. We can't trust anything she does because she gets pretty bitchy.
I can say whatever I want and you won't remember. I could call your wife a fucking whore and we can still be friends.
But it's no biggie because he won't remember any of this.
You don't know how, you fucking idiot.
She can say
I
whatever
can
the fuck
say
she
whatever
wants.
the fuck I want.
He won't have
you
a fucking clue.
You won't have a fucking clue, you fucking retard. You know what? Did you lose your pen?
I think the filmmakers are trying to make an excellent point here. That if you need to kill somebody and you can't remember who it is, you should try every possible strategy to make sure you actually get to kill that person. And also, you might get a new wife out of it. Guy Pearce and Carrie Ann Moss. 2 movie stars in love.
Or maybe even lovers.
Oh, well, never mind. While the movie might not be as good as it could have been if he could remember anything, it's still a pretty decent movie.
Okay, so what am I doing?
It's got great footage, cool crimes, and vengeance, and plot
I'm
twists.
chasing this guy.
But I must remind you this. This is all going backwards. This happened later. What comes next? Well, that was earlier. Mind blown. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
You really want to get this guy, don't you? Killed my wife.